What's going on, guys? My name is Nathaniel and welcome back to our channel, Dragon Blogger. If you were here a few months ago, you would have seen the Cobra SC201 dash cam review that I did. It was a great dash cam, but we definitely have competitors on the market. So we're going to be taking a look at the Coxpal A9D Dash cam. Let's go ahead and jump in, see what this thing has, test it out, and see what it's about.
Alright, so taking a look at the box, you'll see we have the Coxpal logo as well as the A9D model number. Switching over to the back, you're going to see some features. We have 30 frames per second 1080p, 5 megapixel and 2 megapixel CMOS, auto loop recording. We're going to have built-in Wi-Fi, built-in GPS, supercapacitor, a G sensor, and a time lapse at 1 frames per second. Alright, so taking a look in the box, you'll see that you're immediately greeted with a user manual. Now you have some frequently asked questions, an installation guide, and it also tells you what comes in the box. So this might be pretty handy for those of you that aren't very tech savvy. Alright, opening up this little compartment now, you're going to see that right here we have a USB-C to USB-A cable to power the dash cam. It's pretty long and seems pretty thick, so I don't think we're going to have any issues with this cable. Next thing in the box, if I can get it out of here, it's going to be this little pry tool in case you actually want to bury the cable in the lining inside of your car. You can use that for this. And then you're going to have your 12-volt power adapter that is actually going to plug into your car. Alright, so the next thing you're going to get inside of the box besides the camera is going to be your mounting assembly. It uses 3M sticky tape, and it actually comes with another adhesive tape just in case you mess up the first one. And then lastly, inside of the box, you're going to have the dash cam itself. And right off the bat, the dash cam looks really nice. Let's go ahead and set this thing up.
All right, guys, so we're inside of my car. We have everything hooked up. This is actually an audio test from the built-in mic that is on the Coxpal that is underneath the dash cam. So let's go ahead and take this thing for a ride and see how good the quality is driving. We're going to switch between the dual cameras. We're going to switch to the 2K video, and we're also going to switch to the 1080p 60 frames per second in the front while driving. So let's go ahead and go. Alright, so we're backing out. So right now, you guys can't see it but on the screen there's actually a timestamp. My car says 3:38, this says 4:38, so we can change that time, of course. I also have a speedometer showing up there. Right now it says in my car, it says I'm going 12 miles an hour, and it's reflecting on the Coxpal itself. It's just a little bit behind. It's maybe a second behind, but it does reflect true speed. So let's just go ahead and keep driving. Try to find some bumps like we did with the Cobra dash cam and see how well this thing actually holds up whenever we're going over bumps. We got one right up here, so we'll go ahead and check that out. But right now this is recording 1080p in the front and 1080p in the interior at 30 frames per second. Like I said, this is just an audio test and a video test just so you guys can, if you're interested in buying this, you can kind of get some road video footage. What we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to switch to the 1080p 60 frames per second, just the front. Alright guys, so we are now on 1080p 60 frames per second as opposed to the previous resolution, which was just 1080p 30 frames per second. You're just not able to actually record at 1080p 60 frames per second and have an interior footage and exterior footage. Alright guys, so now we're going to switch to the 2K, so 2560 by 1440p resolution, which records only in the front. Alright guys, so we are now at the highest resolution that the Coxpal actually offers. This is 2560 by 1440, so most people just call this 1440p. This, however, is only at 30 frames per second. So you might actually see a little bit of a difference in resolution. If you're familiar with video resolutions and you've compared the two a lot, you'll recognize a difference for sure. But to the average person, 1080p would definitely be enough.
Alright guys, so while recording, I thought I would chime in. If you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you'll notice you have all your longitudes, your miles per hour, the date, and the time. And so what I want to do now is I want to just let raw video and raw audio play so you can see what this thing actually records in terms of audio and video without any overlay. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video on the Coxpal A9D. If you guys want to check this thing out, I'll leave a link in the description below for you to go ahead and check that out. If you guys have any questions, be sure to ask in the comments below. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.